Hello everyone and welcome back to ARL Realistic Sunday tier. We are here for the third round at the Monaco Grand Prix under the rainy conditions here in qualifying one. We've just seen our first incident of the session with Y-Boy Lewis going on at Mirabeau. So that gives him front wing damage and work to do in this session. By myself today, it is Joseph F1 and delighted to be here once again after missing the race that was France last week. So again, delighted to be back here for the duel in the Formula 1 crown. It's the middle of the season, this one. Monaco in this 6-round schedule. Yeah, watching my boy Jake fly through the tunnel and plunging his way downhill towards the Nouvelle chicane. It's wet, so it's important to pick out that braking zone. A lot of wheel spin there. It's the high aero package. Oh, that's going to be an invalidation. He's just getting caught out there and almost loses the car for good measure as well. No lap times been set so far. Actually, there's SV Tax, who sets the first lap time in the session. It's a 1 minute 24.3. Next across the line will be a Ferrari. That's Communist MV 27.0. So a long way off there. Atlantis goes to the top with a 1 minute 23.7. Next across the line will be a McLaren. Oh my god, I've just missed that. Gogglesaw going second quickest. And I think we've got a Williams at the final corner. Yeah, that's Axe sliding through Anthony Nose and onto the start-finish straight, where there is no DRS in operation, of course, for the wet session. We may see it dry up, though, and the lap times start to plummet in Q2 and Q3. Expilo goes to the top with a 1 minute 23.4. I think we've got another Ferrari coming out. It's JSC Graham. That one may have been invalid, or in fact an out lap. But he's advanced onto another one now. Mr. Boca crossing the line to start his first flying lap of the session. And I believe we have a Renault as well preparing their lap. This is TTM Rossi. Again, just squirming for any sort of traction in fourth gear. That is the challenges the drivers are having to face. Point proven again. Having to correct the car in fourth gear. We're on board with JSC Graham, yesterday's pole sitter. He's not had to face conditions like this in his qualifying session yesterday. As he heads out of the tunnel, how's his braking? Avoids that inside wall, gets close to it though. Uses it as a guide for a very tidy Nouvelle chicane actually. Into to back, fourth gear, using that small inside apex. Can he keep it stable through there? And into swimming pool. Now onto La Rascasse. Through Rascasse he goes, gets up close, that left hand side wall. Turns in pretty well there. Expilo is just set an improved lap time of 1 minute 23.0. Graham crosses the line, goes third fastest with a 1 minute 23.8 set. Mr. Boca coming around the final corner. It's going to be in the 25s this lap. 1 minute 25.1 for Mr. Boca, F1 driver, who dominated for the most part yesterday, but ultimately the win was lost. Didn't even finish near the leaders, but the Williams, familiar with it after yesterday, comes back for another crack today at getting a Monaco Grand Prix victory, which he's very much capable of. Let's ride on board now with him, heading down towards the Nouvelle chicane once more. He's just a lot wider there. He locked up the inside front ever so slightly. Still through so far. Uses third gear there. Small correction. And again has to make another one. A lot tidier though. Through this section. And the rotation isn't quite there for him. Just has to get out of the throttle. in case he hit the wall. And here he comes to the line then. It's not going to be enough for first place. It's going to be 7th fastest. And Williams looking a very tricky beast to handle. My boy Lewis cutting the corner there. Q1 will be a very, very good practice session. I mean, one driver gets eliminated, I believe. So, if anyone crashes, that is it. You know, the drivers can all come back in, retire, and everyone will get on with it. Communist MV starting another flying lap. We've got a Mercedes coming through. That's Y-Boy Lewis. And then we've got Kyle SO2 on a lap as well. Aaron Ocon starts a flying lap in the Racing Point today. Change from his Red Bull. We're on board with Kyle SO2. He's got a nice clear track in front of him. Well, motor clear into the wall. Actually a fairly tidy Nouvelle chicane. And he uses 4th gear through there. Graham goes to the top with a 22.5. That's 5/10 quicker than the next best lap time of Expilo. So here we go again then, on board with Kyle SO2. It's very tight to that inside wall. Got a lot better rotation than the likes of F1 driver, who in fact went 3rd place. And for Kyle SO2, it's only going to be enough for P10. So he could be in danger with drivers still to set a lap. Back on board with Y-Boy Lewis, who remains on a valid lap. This time he's out of allocated ERS deployment here in his Mercedes. Very important to be managing those stuff, because people can gain an advantage by their management throughout the lap. And actually, for Y-Boy Lewis in the Mercedes, he's 4 seconds off the pace. Oh, as he drifts through turn 1, maybe going for another run. TTM Rossi into Mirabeau. He's got a car in front of him. That's either Tax or Kyle in the Haas. Kept it stable in 3rd gear, but now he can unleash the Renault horses through the tunnel, where that yellow really stands out, as otherwise it is very, very dark in there. Locks up. Oh, that's going to be an invalidation. A bit too greedy over that inside sausage curb, which does invalidate you. Atlantis has since improved to 22.6, so that should be enough to get him out potentially. Tax coming into the box. Y-Boy Lewis invalid. TTM Rossi invalid, of course, as well. Aaron Ocon really, really struggling through the Nouvelle chicane. He's got Atlantis just behind him. I think that's front wing damage on the right end plate, actually. So yeah, he's just going to cut the corners and head back to the pit lane. Oh, Kyle SO2 has gone off at Mirabeau. Either letting that Red Bull through or an actual mistake made there. That Red Bull is Y-Boy Jake. So he heads down into Portier, where Jensen Button flipped Pascal Wehrlein into that wall during the 2017 Monaco Grand Prix. In 2016 it was a drying track, where here Daniel Ricciardo, after a tragic pit stop and communication from his Red Bull crew, he was squeezed almost into that wall by Lewis Hamilton, which today remains a big point of controversy after the events of 2019 Canada. Canada, of course, was also on our schedule for this mini-season, and that was a decent one. In fact, Y-Boy Jake starting another hot lap. We have TTM Rossi finally on a valid lap. Gets through the final corner nicely. The Renault can be a very, very good car to compete in. And he goes 100th behind the Williams of Axe F1, who is still improving as we speak. He's not really used any of his battery, But there we go. I think he's just controlling his wheel spin. Braking very nicely, actually. Goes over that inside sausage curb. Doesn't invalidate. And into to back. Again. So have a couple of bites. That is a second up. And that was a purple sector 2. He's absolutely flying at the moment in this Williams. As it stands, it may not be enough for first place, but this could put him in some very solid safety and good confidence booster heading in towards the drier sessions of Q2 and Q3. Axe to P3, 2/10 behind Graham. That was very, very nice from Axe. We almost had a battle there between Gogglesaw and JSE Graham. I think Goggle was on a lap, so I don't think Graham is actually, so could be looked at. Spilo starting a lap. Burning Man there popping out on the right hand side. That can say you're trying to make it side by side and someone's coming out of the pits in the race. So that can actually be but actually cause a very big crash. So hoping that doesn't happen for the sake of those involved. So there's not much you can really do about it. It's just one of those pit lanes. I think LSJ Rundle may have improved there, but he's on another lap, that's for sure. On 24.4 is his lap so far, and a huge first sector, 7/10 up on his personal best already. That's good rotation round the hairpin. Doesn't put himself in danger, can open up turn 7. See how Rundle gets on here from the external shot. Looks relatively gathered. Again, just a tad wheel spin through there. Good speed carried. Was going about 100 miles an hour there through to back. TTM Rossi is out. And that is in the pit lane. That is not a crash. So he thinks he's safe. Or cannot get out there and do another lap. LSJ Rundle, though, could beat his teammate here for this race. Gogglesaw as well retiring from the session. As does SV Tac, so a lot of people calling it early. Oh my god, Rundle has to avoid a couple of cars. Goes 6th fastest with a 23.1. So a competitive lap time at this stage. Communist MV sliding through Casino Square and over the bump. Well, had to collect that one. That might have been exaggerated by the way kind of lag shows things, but around the hairpin at 20 miles an hour. Cannot make it up how slow that is. That's about 10 times slower than you do on a straight. But Communist has backed off here. A lot more drivers actually retiring from this session. F1 driver is still improving. Graham's out there. Has... Ooh, oh my god, F1 driver almost stacks it into that wall on the left-hand side. Rundle is invalid. Mr. Boca on a lap. Y-Boy Jake has just completed a lap to go 13th fastest. It's all or nothing for Aaron Ocon, who really seems to be struggling. I don't think he'll be taking any part in qualifying 2. Y-Boy Lewis is the driver at risk. He's just started another lap. Mr. Boca on an invalid lap. Kyle SO2 brings it back to the pit lane. I think Graham will do the same, and we will turn our attention to Mr. Boca, who again nearly stacks it in the pit lane there. No harm done. Y-Boy Jake on a lap. Y-Boy Lewis as well, and ARL Aaron Ocon. Burning Man is also at risk in that Red Bull, and Aaron Ocon, that is surely his qualifying done with that front wing damage. Does not seem like he's going to gain much more time, but White Boy Jake is out of fuel. White Boy Lewis coming through the Nouvelle Chicane. Again, still in 15th. Think he'll be safe. He's actually down on his lap time, so we can forget about him, really. Again, he puts it in the wall. That's front wing damage. So, these guys struggling to get round a lap of Monaco. Theoretically, you know, this could actually be a little bit easier. Obviously it's raining, but the lap is slower. You've got a little bit more time to think about your approaches to corners. Maybe some drivers will feel that way. ARL on absolutely flooring the throttle out of Raskas and comes around the final corner. Is this going to be an... Oh, he actually goes 13th. 1:15.2 for ARL Ocon, and he is going to be safe and sound against quite the odds of that first sector spin that eventually was saved by the wall. So, here is Q1, and the only driver to be knocked out, White Boy Lewis. Into Q2 then, it is no longer raining, but the intermediate tyres are still going to be on. I don't think there's any real rush to get out here. You know, they won't be racing under wet conditions. And Mr. Boker has actually gone out. The track is going to get drier, which is actually interesting. Interested here in kind of desperation to get out there. So of course, the track will get quicker, the track will get drier. Those that haven't come out, there's actually a lot of them, so maybe I'm just being disproved by this, but you know, if it still enters by the end of the session, or need a quick change to slicks at any point, you know, I'd be watching the monitor to get a look at the delta for the tyres, but hey ho, we'll see what lap times are produced on the first tour of Q2. That's Mr. Boker flying through there at full speed. Here we go then, first laps of Q2. Burning Man being one of the leaders, Mr. Boker as well, Tax, in fact, first to complete the middle sector. So let's watch him. Here we go, revving out 6th gear actually. Oof, gets very, very close to inside wall. That is great commitment, and that is what we love to see around Monaco. And when this track dries up, they'll really be giving it all the maximum potential of the grip available to them. I think Mr. Boca has clattered that inside wall and gone around 360 degrees. He's actually now holding up Burning Man. He really has no right to be keeping in front here, Mr. Boca, after a spin. I'm sure this is... we'll see what Burning Man thinks of that, but yeah, Mr. Boca crosses the line with a 29.4, Burning Man with a 27.2, and our leader, SV Tax, 23.6 for a first lap. Nice benchmark to set. Expilo looks to be coming along nicely. I think Atlantis is crossing the line with a 23.2. See what his teammate can do, his permanent teammate. He raced yesterday at Atlantis, but this is his main tier. This is his actual teammate, Expilo, as he comes up to the line. Really, really good time so far. And into the 22. 22.4. Third place, LSJ Rundle, 23.4. F1 driver up to P5, 24.3. Aaron Ocon, 25.1. Gogglesaw slots into 6th place with the 25.0. Still on a lap, Graham at the final corner. That's actually quite nicely done. Let's see what lap time he can set. It looks like it's going to be in the 22s. It's a 1 minute 22.990, and that puts him second place in this session. Very encouraging performance so far for the Pole City yesterday. We're on board with Kyle SO2 as he pushes through the standing water that remains. The track does seem to be getting drier, so this could be a nice looking lap for Kyle SO2. F1 driver has just improved to go second. I think we have Aaron Ocon coming through as well. 25.1 now his time. Here comes Kyle SO2. Crosses the line. Goes 8th fastest. 2.5 seconds exactly off Expilo. So, yeah, not a great start for him in the Haas. Bit of a late call up, but he was willing to race. White boy Jake invalid on this tour round into the sister team AlphaTauri, which Expilo really seems to be enjoying. Raises that outside wall. Oh, has to gather it together. Gets close to that inside wall there at the infamous section of track. Around the final corner. Certainly been improving on this lap, and crosses the line. 22.1, 3/10 improvement, and an even bigger margin to P2. Looking at his AlphaTauri teammate now, Atlantis J20, through the Grand Hotel hairpin, or the Lowe's hairpin, has multiple names. He's actually invalidated at perhaps the hardest section of track to actually do that. Mr. Boca now through piscine or swimming pool. Now into turn 17, Raskas corner. Actually, nice inside apex there for Anthony Nose, and crosses the line, goes 4th fastest within 1 minute 23.1. So he's looking safer by the minute. There's still a lot of spray out there. Oh my god. White Boy Jake has almost been absolutely ruined by Mr. Boker flying through there. Pinch to that right hand side wall. He stopped completely. 1.3 seconds down in the first sector. Tax improving. Atlantis having another crack at it. We'll watch SV Tax hit it. Excuse me. Through the hairpin he goes. Tunnel section now. Hugs that inside line. Car remains stable. Nicely on the throttle. Building up the speed to the Nouvelle chicane. There's an angry Red Bull behind. Cutting that chicane. Through he goes. Left then right. Through 15 and 16. Down to first gear. Again, good rotation through there. It's an important feature of the lap. Tax crosses the line and he goes second fastest with a 1 minute 22.6. Atlantis J20 7th at the moment and will cross the line 1.4 seconds down on his previous best. 5 minutes to go in this session. 2 drivers yet to set a lap of White Boy Jake and Axe F1. Now, Axe may have gone for the wait until the very end approach. But it doesn't look like it's going to go back to slick conditions. May well do in Q3 as the track evolves between the sessions. White Boy Jake sliding through the final corner. Only 2 drivers not to set a lap time. Goes 8th. So actually quite considerable improvement there from White Boy Jake. Is the track improving? Is that just a good time from White Boy Jake in these circumstances? Atlantis finally gets a lap together and goes 3rd fastest with a 1 minute 22.880. Jesse Graham's on a 990 and spins around. One of the many things you can do around this Monaco Grand Prix circuit. Stack it against that inside wall right there. That would, obviously in real life, cause your left rear tyre to probably go over the top of your car and into the grandstands. But we haven't actually seen any Monaco gameplay on the new game, so maybe it could well do that for future. SV Tax retires. He thinks he's safe, and to be honest, I agree. It's really not much more he can extract maybe from that time compared to what Spilo's done. Atlantis limping back into the pit lane. We're now seeing final preparations underway. Aronok now again on the intermediate tyres. He's currently 11th, and from being right on the cusp of being the one driver that gets eliminated in Q2, he is now out 11th fastest, 1 minute 24.7. needs to get an improvement of about 3/10 to have a chance of getting into the top 10 shootout here. Oh, he pits. So that might actually be him over. He might not get time to go around again. F1 drivers come out. White Boy Jake was on a lap, has since invalidated. Rossi has come out again. Kyle SO2 eliminated in Q2. And that is confirmed by his retirement. Oh, Rossi's on the medium tyres. Is it now dry conditions? Let's have a look at the fitted tyres. Yes, slick time. So why Aaron Ocon pit? It's because it was on the wrong compound of tyres. Here we go. It is the dry period with a mix of medium and soft strategies going on, and Rossi's around. Oh, that could have been extremely costly if that had cost him any front wing. If he just went into the barrier the other way round. But he managed to keep going, and that would have heated up his tyres actually really nicely. So we can actually thank the barrier for doing that. Rossi was actually the very first one out here on the slick tyres. The DRS is enabled. He's actually going to be first here. Oh, and he's hit the wall. Is that front wing damage? I don't think it is, but he's going to give this lap a go anyway. He's at risk being the first one out here on the slick tyres. Those yellow wall medium tyres still just climatising to that wheel spin. That's an awful lot of understeer, and surely there's some front wing damage. Might be lime or something, but that just did not look gripped up through there. Whoa. There's still a little bit of spray coming off the tyres in the braking zones. But Rossi, oh, those who haven't made it could be in real danger, by the way. So that's Atlantis, F1 driver, Mr. Boca, White Boy Jake, and of course Aaron Ocon, Burning Man. So there's two drivers that could, in the bottom 5, they're actually going to make it. Oh, Axe is on an outlap. He's just hit JSE Graham, who's on a flyer. Is Axe on a lap? They're squabbling for position. He's actually hit him there. And the first one around is going to be Rossi. He's down on his lap time in the middle sector. This has been absolutely horrible for TTM Rossi as he comes around the final corner now. Oh, he's barely improved. Half a second on the slick tyres. Next across the line will be Gogglesaw, who has been in the bottom 5. He's 13th at the moment. He absolutely has to get this right. Out of the final corner. Where will this put him? He goes to the top with a 1 minute 21.6. Communist pits. I think it's only Graham on a lap now. So the rest just maybe saving their tyres. Gogglesaw absolutely had to get that lap in. Axe could not get a lap, and he is out of qualifying in 15th. Out in Q2 then. Axe for Williams, Burning Man for Red Bull, Kyle SO2 for Haas, Aaron Ocon for Racing Point, and Communist MV for Ferrari. Very dramatic end there. Shame not many lap times were actually pumped in, but there we go. Rossi will start on the medium tyres, so he's actually managed to improve a lap, get in the top 10 on the medium tyres. Obviously everyone else can, but maybe that was his obvious plan to if others were to go on the softs and improve, he would have an advantage, but yeah. Here we go then. Gogglesaw tops Q2 with this soft lap time right at the end of the session over at Expelo. SV Tax, Atlantis, F1 driver Graham, Boca, Rundle, Rossi and Jake, and like I said, the 5 that were eliminated with significantly slower intermediate times, and then Axe with no time at all. Q3 is the good one, stay tuned. Here we go then. Q3. Green light at the end of the pit lane. Everyone now on the soft tyres. So this could be a very entertaining straight fight for pole, as the track will constantly be improving. Still a little bit green. Still a little bit damp for sure. Clouds still hovering over the circuit as everyone now floods out for their first out laps. See, there's just a little bit of water there. Oh my god, what happened there? Two drivers not to go out so far, Rossi and Gogglesaw. There's both of them are actually coming out now, so everyone will be on the circuit. 10 cars, could get chaotic, and we'll see the lap times coming in thick and fast. The first car will be F1 driver, who will keep a close eye on into Q3 with the Williams. He's actually really attacking this section of track, getting prepared for an inevitable fastest lap of the day so far. Here we go then with F1 driver. Here he goes, crossing the line now to start the lap into turn 1, braking at about just before 50 metres. Third gear through there, close to the outside wall. Does really, really well not to touch it and keep the car under control. Up to the top of the hill, a long sweeping left-hander, gets the left-hand side before chucking it through Casino Square, over the bump. You know, you don't need to worry about it. It might cause some floor damage on the next game. Again, it depends what they include in the weeks up to launch. Here we go then, into Portier, left-hand side to the right. Nice apex there, using all of the track available to him. And this is where the ERS gets used. This is where the fun starts. Small lock up there, but gets it slowed down, gets it through the Nouvelle chicane nicely. Into to back, here we go. Oh, a little bit of sliding there. I wouldn't really necessarily say understeer. Ooh, again, just a little bit loose. This will cost him time. All the way to Raskas, where again his rotation is significantly worse than everyone else's. Gets to Anthony Nose nicely. Has plenty of ERS to deploy. Up to the line, and the first lap time of this session will be a 1 minute 13.7. Next across the line will be Atlantis. What can he do? It's a 13.2. Expilo next across the line into the 30. Still in the 13, sorry. With a 1 minute 13.1. Jake Pitts. Rossi has crashed, so next across the line will be LSJ Rundle. Can he get into the 12s? No, it's the slowest lap time of the 4 so far with a 14 flat. Rossi is still trying to get around there. Gogglesaw has managed to keep it going though. Rounds the final corner. Track still improving all the time, of course, and Gogglesaw goes fastest with a 1 minute 12.988. Oof. Again, Rossi still struggling. So 5 drivers have set a lap time. Is anyone actually improving? F1 drivers invalid. Expilo, I think, is the only one that's pushing and going again. He's not improving. He's lagging an awful lot, so I need to warn him about this. Poor turn 16, though, so yeah, he's going to abort and pit. I will warn him about his lag very quickly. Outlaps again then for Wide Boy Jake, Mr. Boca and JSE Graham. These lot are hoping they can get one run in box, get another one in before the end of the session. I think it's very doable. Graham's taking a very slow, fuel-wasting approach to this outlap, which will cost him a potential final run at the end of the session. They've got the tyres to do it, of course, because they didn't have to use them in the first 2 sessions. My boy Jake will be the first around here. We'll watch how he gets on with his Red Bull Racing Honda into turn 1. Wide of the apex. Just drifts out to that inside wall after a little bit of oversteer. Over the crest and past the casino. Lost a lot of time through there, just having to straighten the car before the corner. Into Mirabeau. It's actually not too bad through there. How's his rotation? Wide of the apex, not able to carry the exit speed. And now on to Portier. It's not too bad. Again, just struggling on the exit. But through the tunnel he goes. Down towards Nouvelle Chicane. Thought about turning in there for a second, but backs out of it. Now through the swimming pool section. Hasn't really made too much contact with the walls on this lap, so it is going to be a clean lap, and it's going to be a banker for later on in the session through the final corner. White boy Jake to the line. It's the fastest time so far, 1 minute 12.767. Obviously, we still expect a lot of improvement from those around, but let's see. And actually, Mr. Boca, I thought that was an outlap, but Mr. Boca, it still says outlap, has done a 1 minute 12.2. Very nice lap time from the Alfa Romeo then. Graham's actually invalidated, so that is this run not counting for him. Tacks around the final corner for his first lap time of this session and demolishes all of the time so far with a 1 minute 11.999. I'm surprised my phone didn't call the emergency services then. But F1 driver in the Williams takes provisional pole with a 1 minute 11.652. Next to line TTM Rossi. It's absolutely nailed that entry to the final corner. Will it be enough? No, it's 4th fastest. Just quicker than Y-Boy Jake then. 2nd row so far. Y-Boy Jake has got again. And goes back up into 4th. Yeah, so he needs to get around now and quickly into the pit lane. Rundle has pit. Graham's still out there. Took pole in this very same Ferrari yesterday. With a 1 minute 9.9, I think it was. That just tells you how different the track conditions are. And Graham has invalidated. That is SV Tax behind him. Not on another lap. You can tell by his ERS. So yeah, into the pits. Everyone will go. Unless Rossi's still pushing. No, nobody is pushing at this point. And everyone is preparing to start their final runs with 3 minutes to go in this session. Give us your predictions then for pole in the Twitch chat. We've seen the first runs. We've seen how quickly the track is. I didn't actually realise that Spilo left the session. I didn't get a ping or anything to say invite back. So, yeah, that seems to be all sorted. Rossi, not Rossi. I mean... well, we'll see. The first car out is a Renault, but it is LSJ Rundle He is followed by SV Tax and F1 driver, I do believe, in the Williams. So, people backing Graham. That's square. Yellow flag in Sector 1 as the drivers that have come out early try to find themselves a bit of room on the racetrack. Graham forgets what the pit lane is. Lets the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo through. Everyone now heading out onto the circuit. Is Expilo going to be able... He's just coming out now. This is actually going to be really close, and hence timing glitch. Might be okay. Give us your prediction. To be honest, I want to back yesterday's pole sitter, Graham, because, you know, he'll be probably the biggest surprise again if he was to do it 2 days in a row from currently 10th. There's an awful lot of pressure on him. But yeah, Graham maybe. Expilo had good wet runs, but yeah, that's still a lot of lag for him. Rossi is certainly a contender. He's been driving really well, but the laps are beginning. SV Tax is the first one around. It's a beautiful helicopter shot. And into the tunnel. 7th gear now, 170 miles an hour before braking hard. Oh my god, that is some commitment. And this is why Monaco is absolutely fantastic to watch. Into to back, 4th gear, 120 miles an hour, and through the swimming pool chicane. Look at this. This is absolutely fantastic. What a slide that is. And what a save too. And now through Raskas, just keeping it together. The rear tyres are screaming at this point. And through the final corner, Expilo unable to make it. SV Tax goes fastest. And next up is F1 driver, who also goes fastest into the 1 minute 10s. Next up to cross the line is Rundle. Sorry, that was Rundle. And 1 minute 10.4 for him. And this is now the lap time to beat. White boy Jake is not improving. And Rundle, who had a hard-fought battle yesterday with Pluto, has put himself on pole position for now. Next up is Mr. Boca. It says he's on an outlap. Ignore that. He goes 3rd fastest. Gogglesaw goes to the front row, just misses out. But we're watching Rossi, who goes 7th. Was that Graham to the top? I don't know. He's definitely beaten Rossi, who's been dropped down to 8th. And it's Graham by... Oh my god. That is some Monaco qualifying. 1 minute 10.4, 1 minute 10.4, 1 minute 10.4, and a 1 minute 10.4. All 4 of the top 4, well, yeah, obviously, separated by 0.043 of a second. Wow, that is incredible. Whew. And everyone breathe. Strap yourselves in. We've got a mixed strategy. All competitive. Monaco Grand Prix. And 39 laps of it. I'll be back very, very shortly for Lights Out. So 8 of the top 10 have gone for the mediums, with the exceptions being Goggle and Expelo. Communist on the softs, Aaron Ocon on the mediums, Kyle and Burning Man for the hards, and Axe and White Boy Lewis for the mediums as well. Aaron Ocon's just sent me a message saying Expelo is lagging. I did tell him. I assume he's tried to fix it. This could be a problem. 39 laps ahead of us. And I cannot lie. I think this is the first Monaco Grand Prix I've ever commentated. It's great to take part in a 50% race yesterday. And it was certainly very fun. With only 7 survivors yesterday, how many will there be today? Here they go, revving it up now. It's lights out and away we go in Monaco. Great start for Graham there. He's going to keep the lead into turn one. The Goggle saw getting on the inside of Alice. Straight on. Graham's gone straight on. He's done a Lewis Hamilton. Oh, can you believe it? Graham has gone straight on at turn one. And Goggle saw leads the Monaco Grand Prix in front of Rondo F1 driver in Atlantis. Oh, Graham, no. Oh, dive bomb from Tax on Mr. Boker. 2 into 1 at the hairpin. They're all bunching up behind. It's a disaster for the pole sitter. Can you quite believe that happened? And Gogglesaw is going to be absolutely flying for these first few laps on the soft tyres. Tax was not able to get past Mr. Boker despite the big send at the hairpin. Y-Boy Lewis has managed to get a 3-second time penalty in the opening lap. I can only assume that's for the Nouvelle chicane. He's ruining his front wing all over the place with Axe trying to look for an opening through. He's let him through, so that's actually quite wise of Y-Boy Lewis there. Oh! Rossi is out in the pit lane. So, 1 DNF so far. Right. Expelo still lagging around like Yuki Tsunoda's rear wing yesterday. He's also got some damage of his own, so... Here we go then, the top 5. And a very nice train at the moment. We've actually got an overtake. Expelo is past Y-Boy Jake. And that was through the tunnel. Lap 3 of 39 with Atlantis setting the pace there. 14-0. Had a good race yesterday, Atlantis. He's now chasing F1 driver up the hill. It's one of the closest things going on at the track at the moment. We also have Aaron Ocon, Communist MV, and Axe all in a three-way little fight here. Y-Boy Lewis gets a second time penalty in 3 laps. He's really going to have a hard time. Graham gets past Burning Man, who was pitted early. Let's see what Communist MV can do, because just needs to exploit where Aaron Ocon is weak. He's too far back to make a move here. Oh, he's gone very, very wide here, and here's Axe F1 and these big, wide Formula 1 cars. Kyle SO2's got past Y-Boy Lewis at Mirabeau, so that's very, very impressive. Communist has lost out now to Aaron Ocon, so Axe here with the DRS overtake depletes so quickly around it. It's unbelievable. You hold it for a second and like you lose 10-15%. It's honestly unbelievable. So it's very, very important to hold the overtake button until where you absolutely have to use it, because there really is no point other than that. ERS is very, very hard to save as well. Remaining on board with Axe. Communist had a poor run through the Nouvelle Chicane on the previous lap, not on this occasion. Not going to be easy for Axe. Everyone knows that overtaking at Monaco is probably one of the most difficult things you can actually do. But we have pressure for the race lead on Gogglesaw. Can any of these guys are able to pull off an overtake? Oh my god, Rundle had a little look into turn 3. He's really closing up to the back of Goggle, who may have used up his soft tyres too much and too quickly. Graham sets the fastest lap of the race. He would be leading if not for an absolutely catastrophic moment into turn 1. Rondo's got nice grip. We have someone around. Oh, it's Axe. Axe has been around. Takes a 3-second corner cutting penalty, which I'm sure is not justified at all. So he's eligible to clip that and get that one removed. As that actually reminds me, I need to send in my clip for something yesterday. Anyway, Rundle indeed getting some flashbacks with his chase on Pluto yesterday. This time it's with Gogglesaw in a quite similarly paced car. So it's going to be a little harder. Top 5 here remain in this train. That is a beautiful camera angle. There is the Mediterranean. I don't know geography. It's like the Mediterranean. Drink this in. That was stunning. So we watch F1 driver. Currently sits in 3rd place. A very nice position. Worst for ERS at the moment is Mr. Boker. He's starting to lose a little bit of ground, but other than that, it is Goggle, the race leader. Aaron Ockham on Wide Boy Jake. Ooh, he runs wide there. Jake just has to back out slightly to avoid hitting him. Burning Man picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It is the Mediterranean. Oh, I'm too good at this stuff. Maybe I should check, you know, before I almost embarrass myself. But anyway, we're not jumping into... Oh, Rundle almost loses it. Goggle lags slightly, which probably puts everyone off. But everyone is just that little bit more bunched up. Yeah, I won't jump into the conclusion that this is boring, because it certainly isn't. When we have the pit stops, obviously Goggle's tyres are probably dead at this point. And Rundle gets a really nice run out of here. The right-hand side blocks itself off due to Goggle's car positioning. But he gets a really good run out of there. Up the hill, he deployed a lot of the overtake. Wide Boy Jake into the pit lane for hards. Wide Boy Lewis takes a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. And where is he on the track? Oh my god. Asking to get yourself disqualified. Oh! What's happened to Goggle? He's hit the wall, has ghosted, and lost 2 positions. It's a disaster for Gogglesort, who, under all the pressure, has lost his front wing. He's coming in for the hard tyres and a front wing change. Of course, when I look away. Oh my god. Gogglesort in, a long pit stop. Due to the front wing change, and he's back out there again. NSJ Rundle takes the lead. F1 driver inherits second. Atlantis inherits third as the podium positions. Expelo gets himself into the pit lane as well. Virtual safety car deployed. Now, I'm not too sure what this is for. I know on the next game we'd certainly be asking if it was for the debris caused. Because that's what the virtual safety cars can get deployed for. And if need be, it can upgrade itself to a full safety car. So I'm actually quite looking forward to those aspects in league races. SV Tax is under pressure from ARL Aaron Ockham. Green flag's out again. See what Axe can do here. Heading in towards turn 17. Looks for over and under. He actually gets a really good run out of the final corner. Is this Axe's time to make a move? No, because Aaron Ocon uses his overtake to defend as well. But both of them... Oh, Wide Boy Jake is out at the back corner. Could this be the cause of potentially a safety car? Oh! Aaron Ocon, what a move! Does Tax have any form of damage or something? But Tax is going to go back at him into Mirabeau. He does have front wing damage, but Aaron Ocon... Oh, Tax. No, that's just too greedy. And goes into the wall. Too sure what's going on. He's reversing now, getting himself back into the race. Aaron Ocon picks up 3-second time penalty. Oh my god, that change in light. Honestly, full credit to Aaron Ocon for that move. Tax may have had damage, but for Aaron Ocon to just go clean around the outside. Fair play. Axe. Can he do the same thing to Aaron Ocon? What Aaron Ocon did to SV Tax? Putting himself under a lot of pressure here. Allowing Axe to get those exits. Not quite able to get through. Burning Man is retired from the race, becoming the 4th DNF. F. Still a yellow flag for Burning Man, whose car has not yet pulled over. Okay, it's gone straight on at Mirabeau. And that is all clear. Still under green flags. No safety cars in this race so far. So it's becoming a wide open race. Oh, good exit from Axe. And he puts himself to the inside here. Aaron Ocon unable to defend. And through goes Axe into P5. Atlantis picks up a time penalty for corner cutting. They're all getting one. Sorry. Penalties. There we go. Mr. Boker, the only one in this top 6 to not yet get a penalty. Gogglesaw could come in handy with his lack of a penalty as well. Yellow flag in Sector 2. That is for... Is that Mr. Boker? It is! Mr. Boker has just stretched a huge margin from himself to the podium pack. It's going to be difficult from here. Yeah, he's really struggling. Let's watch Gogglesaw, and he does the same thing what Axe did at and picks up a penalty for that though. Is that an illegal overtake? It's a different question. But he's through, and he'll take that every day of the week. Kyle SO2 now with the time penalty as well. F1 driver is closed up to LSJ Rundle here. They're about to lap Kyle. One of the two Hasses. Kyle does have front wing damage. He does now get out of the way as well. Can be very distracting, the ghosted cars at Monaco. About to start lap 15 of 39. Mr. Boker has just picked up another time penalty. The medium tyres start to go off. Kyle SO2 becomes the 5th DNF of this race. A lot of these have been in the pits though. Obviously a lot of people are picking up damage on track, but call it a day in the pit lane. Tax isn't actually in the session. On board with the race leader. Certainly roles reversed from yesterday. It was Rundle chasing a Williams. Now it's Rundle being chased by a Williams, and the pressure is a whole lot different. And Atlantis is the first medium runner really to come into the pits of this front pack. In he goes for the hard compound tyres, and it's now his time for a little bit of clear track. Set the pace, and we'll see if any of the top 4 react. Oh, Aaron Ockham is around at Mirabeau. That's the first big error we've seen from him. Rundle comes into the pits then, as does F1 driver. Both of them in. They lap Communist in the Ferrari. In the meantime, he will get them back though, surely. No, actually, because Rundle isn't changing his wing. In goes F1 driver, who does change his wing. So he's going to lose an awful lot of ground here. Mr. Boker takes the lead of the race for now. Axe will also stay out, so might be able to get in the mix here with his teammate, who is going to be rejoining on the right-hand side. My God. And Communist picks up a time penalty immediately, and Axe sweeps around the outside of F1 driver, who... Is he unhappy? Frustrated? Maybe not directly at Axe, because you just overtook him. F1 driver is going to be desperate to get past his Williams teammate for today. Oof. Has a little look. Sending a message of intent to Axe. Again, is able to look up the inside, but it's by far the least likely spot you're going to make an overtake on this circuit is to back corner. F1 driver hits the barrier again and smashes it even more in frustration. And could this be his race unravelling before his eyes? LSJ Rundle leads with immense comfort. 6 seconds. Lap 19 of 39. We're about to reach the halfway mark in this one. Gogglesaw has managed to get back into third place. He has been on those hards though for 10 laps, so his pace is not going to quite be there in the tyres compared to the others, although they do last a fairly long time. These hard tyres will probably need a safety car to be able to hit again and be amongst the pack. Axe running in P2. We'll see if he pits. No, he's going to stay out there for a 19th lap. Axe has been going really well, considering he qualified 15th. His consistency and pace in that Williams has been really, really good. So, credit to Axe so far. Credit to Mason Mount and all that jazz. F1 driver sets a fast lap. But what has happened? We need to know as Graham causes a yellow flag and has some front wing damage as well. That was perhaps the worst 30 seconds I've ever commentated, and he smashes off his front wing as well. This could well be race over for him. He's come into the pits. Could this be for retirement? There is a yellow flag. I think it's just a quick glitch. But no, Graham is actually going to continue. But he's gone onto the softs. Could maybe be a quick fastest lap. It's actually going to be overtaken by Communist, who moves up into P9 despite being lapped. Despite that, you know, he's running in the points. Still a yellow flag. Again, I think it's just a recurring glitch. Atlantis is starting to close up to Gogglesaw, 1.5 seconds behind at the moment. Again, a beautiful overhead shot. Yellow flag again. And I believe could be for Communist. He was ghosted, but I don't actually think there was an actual cause of that one. Atlantis 1 second behind Gogglesaw. F1 driver setting the best pace at the moment. Did 33.1. 13.1. That'd be worrying. 33.1. 13.1 on the previous lap. As we continue to watch AlphaTauri chased down the McLaren, both friends for a long time, Atlantis and Gogglsaw. I think since the F1 2017 days. What is I was going to say, it's Axe. Axe's pit, 21 laps. He does change his front wing, so he's clearly picked up a little bit of niggling damage. Graham. Safety car. Safety car deployed for the very first time in this race. And Graham has put it in a wall and has caused a safety car. So all of Rundle's hard work is going to come undone. Pole sitter who had perhaps the worst turn one of his life. Rundle is going to come into the pits, and this surely going to be for a cheap stop for medium tyres. Yeah, on they go. Gogglsaw is going to come in. Atlantis is going to stay out, and will he get the lead? Rundle's got work to do. The lead goes to Atlantis, and second place. Oh, will it? As Rundle tries to come out and beat him to the safety car line. Can't quite do it. Well, that could have been an overtake, but yeah, Gogglsaw pits for mediums, Expelo pits for medium tyres as well. Axe back onto the hards. Was this a new set? No, he's going back onto softs. This guy has some confident tyre wear. Wow. No, he tipped those mediums a long way. Just went on to the hards. And the safety car, of course, comes out when the lap after he pits. But he's now opted for the softs, which is interesting. Yeah, but Rundle with two cars to overtake. Expelo lurking behind all of these drivers with no penalties. This could be a great dash to the finish. "15 laps to go." Well, 14 and a half if you like, but not been a bad race. 6 DNFs. Now a safety car for the first time in this one. Safety car in this lap, and Atlantis will lead the field for 14 laps of Monaco left in front of us. When will he go? He can keep this going right to the finish line, but no, he's going to go nice and early off the final corner, uses the overtake, builds a nice gap as we go green once more in Monaco. Rundle already piling the pressure on Mr. Boca and gets a wonderful exit, and that is good. I say it's good because Mr. Boca has cost himself 2 positions here with F1 driver steaming through as well. One moment of just backing out has proved very, very costly. Ooh, is that damage for Gogglesaw? It is. And I can very much see why Communist may have been a distraction for him there. Not able to judge the gap in front to Mr. Boca. Ooh, bit of lag there. Expilo also lagging. Coincidence? Those two are in the same party. Here we go then, with LSJ Rundle. His exits of turn 1 have been outstanding. Perhaps his best personal overtaking opportunity on the entire circuit. Just gets it right through there. Obviously, it's not going to be much of a threat on this occasion. He's not close enough. He's having a look at all angles to see where he can possibly make this move, because Atlantis can just park the bus in front of him. Well, for all he cares, you know, he's leading the race. He knows that you're about as likely to overtake cleanly around here as Atlantis is getting skinny, so on board again with LSJ Rundle. Look at the run he's got when he go down the inside. No, not this time. The pressure really is... Pluto's just came along and but OMG, it's happening again. It really is. F1 drive on 6 seconds of penalties actually, so just look at the difference in grip. This is fantastic. Tuned in to see Rundle struggling to get past a worse car on dead tyres again. Yes. It is absolute deja vu from almost 24 hours ago now. DRS is enabled. That will make turn 1 a little easier to overtake, but not much, trust me. Difference in grip notable. Again, putting the pressure through the hairpin. The narrowest part of the track, the slowest part of the track. Then it opens up again here. But, you know, he's actually really close on this occasion. The overtake is engaged. Get ready, because this could be an almighty send. Not quite. But he was close there. And the time is coming. Gogglesaw picks up a time penalty, but he is after Mr. Boca here. Oh, he just touches his rear there. Now has 6 seconds of penalties, so particularly vulnerable to Expilo. Axe right on the back of this. Hasn't really been able to use his soft to great effect, but again, Rundle is really, really close, if not closer, out of Portier. This has got to be it, surely. Atlantis covers off the inside. Rundle goes to the outside. He's actually made it work. Oh my God, what a move. LSJ Rundle takes the lead. What an overtake. What an overtake. That's incredible. Atlantis most likely kicking himself. F1 driver picks up his 3rd time penalty, but he's got a run here on Atlantis. The corner came too quickly to make a move. Positions gained, Axe of course being the biggest winner. Now it's Mr. Boca under a lot of pressure. Still in good range of F1 driver to keep a podium, but Expelo is actually the one going to benefit the most. LSJ Rundle pumps in a fastest lap in his first lap in clean air, and that is absolutely to be expected. Phenomenal overtake by LSJ Rundle. I don't think he'll actually get any time to speak to him after the race on the live stream, but it's pretty self-explanatory how he probably feels about that one. Oh, Gogglesaw getting incredibly close to the back of Mr. Boca in this train of 4. One of them being a laggy boy in Expelo, making life a lot more difficult for Axe to really judge where his opposition actually is on the track. Goggles, who does a lot of endurance racing, as does the likes of Rundle. Really know how it's done. And here we go. Oh, Boca covers Goggle off, and that's a crash. Oh, Mr. Boca into the wall. Expelo capitalises, and safety car. Yes, we are a league. That's probably not the greatest thing you would have seen. I can explain this format to you if you like. This is a realistic league, a 6-race season in which we twist around the pace. We put the slower guys from our previous season into the quickest car. We put the quickest guys into the slowest car. So that is this format. But yes, we are a general racing league, and we'll see. I'm not sure if Square's still about watching, but maybe if you possess any interest into next season, if you're on the Xbox. If you've messaged... Whereabouts have you messaged? Oh, hello, Square. He is here. Yeah, safety car deployed for the 2nd time in fairly quick succession. I think we only went racing about lap 26. It's now lap 33, and we'll be back under safety car conditions once more with LSJ Rundle leading the field. Into the pits comes Mr. Boca. Axe F1 is going for a wing change and another set of soft tyres. Fresh ones. So, alright, okay. Yeah, so Square can have a quick look at that if it's come through. Returning to the action then. Safety car order still to be restored, but you know, if you look behind Axe, Goggle, Mr. Boker, they've all gone for a set of softs. In the way, they've got Aaron Ocon on the 16 lap old hards. Aaron Ocon has done particularly well. You know, his main similar pace setters, if you like, Jake, Lewis, Burning Man, all were out of this race immediately, pretty much. So he's actually gone really well, Aaron Ocon. Obviously, penalties can actually be an issue around Monaco, but you know, it's an F1 driver that actually has the most. 9 seconds of penalties for him, and his podium position continues to be under a lot of threat. This should be interesting to the end. Penalties need to be kept low for the remainder of the drivers. Mercedes AMG safety car in front. It'll be red when we get to the next game for the Mercedes, and we'll have a British Racing Green Aston Martin as well. A lot of people have were actually a bit surprised by how the Aston Martin was shown to the world. People thought maybe a different shade of green, but a lot of people liked it very quickly, and it's been good to see some different looking cars going into the new season. But here we are on F1 2020 with LSJ Rundle about to get us back underway. That's front wing damage on the right hand side, so we'll see how this affects the pace. We have 5 more laps to go in this Monaco Grand Prix. It has been an entertaining one so far. LSJ Rundle took the lead with an incredible overtake on Atlantis J20, and we'll see what happens here. Up the hill, Axe F1 and ARL Aaron Ocon. Axe not able to get through. Oh yes, he is. That is incredible stuff on the soft tyres, with Aaron just having to yield that one at the last second. All bunching up at the hairpin. Expelo may have made a little bit of contact. Might just be the lag, as they all full lock themselves around the hairpin. Onto Portier and through the tunnel section 5 more times we get to see this sight. Rundle has got away quickly, even with the front wing damage. That is just the level he has been driving at. See if Axe can get through here on the laggy Expelo, because this could be hugely significant. He has done. Fair play to Axe, making up 2 positions on the restart lap. And with 3 seconds of penalties as well, if he's able to build 3 seconds from Expelo, he will be on the podium, but that's not too likely at the moment with the way this battle is looking to shape up. I don't actually know where Rundle crashed, but he's certainly got front wing damage. Atlantis being the leader of this pack. 3 laps to go when we cross the line. Will Axe go around the outside of his Williams teammate at Rascasse? I didn't think so, but he had a look. DRS will be enabled on this lap as Rundle crosses the line. They only get to use it once in the lap, and oh, we've got Gogglesaw out of the race at the final corner. It shouldn't cause anything, but we'll see how he's done it. Well, his car isn't. Oh, he's actually retired after just front wing damage. So, oh, Axe and F1 driver side by side into the hairpin of all places. F1 driver holds it around the outside, keeps the inside line for turn 7, and that was didn't think that was going to happen, but here goes Axe again. He's got a great run on F1 driver, almost pushing him through. Will he go down the inside? Now, of course, he won't from that far back. Two laps to go. Got a fight between the two Williams guys. Axe desperate to get up there on the podium. He's going to need to pull, like I say, 3 seconds from Expilo, who will inherit that. And with the absolute roadblock, not to be critiquing or anything, F1 driver's doing a great defensive job. Axe unable to make the move. He'll have one last chance at this particular corner on the final lap. Oh, there's been a collision between Mr. Boca and Aaron Ocon at the Nouvelle chicane. Here we go then, for one last time. LSJ Rundle. It's been absolute class today. But let's keep an eye on this Williams fight. That's a good run from Axe. I don't think he'll risk it right now. "21 laps on the mediums for F1 driver. 27 for Tax, who left so long ago. But here we go then. One last time. Will Axe make the move on his teammate F1 driver? No, he won't. Again, he is too far back. He's done really, really well, F1 driver, to keep his position. But LSJ Rundle makes his way through turn 15, turn 16, and on to Raskas, turn 17. He has been absolutely phenomenal. What an overtake on Atlantis, and what a drive from there on after. LSJ Rundle wins in Monaco. It's fantastic from the Renault driver. Atlantis crosses the line and finishes second. It will be Expilo who takes the podium, almost taking P2. Phenomenal performance from the two AlphaTauris as well, and the Williams guys in 4th and 5th. Mr. Boca crosses the line and finishes 6th out of Aaron Ocon, and then officially it will be Communist MV being the 8th finisher. And that will about do it. Thank you so much to the amazing viewership that we accumulated during that race. Oh, Communist. No, it's great to see so many people here. I think 19 there we hit, which is a massive, massive improvement for the realistic side of things. It's been very nice to see all the different drivers that have come and participated and even put themselves doing it across the 2 days. So we really do appreciate it. And yeah, it's just something different for these 6 weeks. While we wait for the next game, which of course we are looking forward to very, very much. Anyway, yeah, I just want to say a huge, huge thanks once again, and these are the results that we'll pick up on in a moment as we run through the full order very shortly. Driver today being Axe F1. Fair enough. Renault driver LSJ Rundle picks up the winning, famous Monaco trophy and sprays the champagne to his rivals. We outclassed today. Perfectly executed. And that will be it. Here are the final results then. We'll just take a quick look at them. LSJ Rundle, the fastest lap, of course. He takes 26 points in that about 52-minute race. That was a really long one. That was about 2 hours long in total. 1 hour 50 nearly we've been streaming for. So again, thank you to everyone that has spent a lot of time with us this evening. And we hope to see you back next week as we continue this series. In round 4, we head to China for the 4th round, which, again, should be an interesting race before Japan and Austria this season. And then, of course, it'll be the next game immediately after that. So, thank you everyone for watching. Take care, have an awesome day, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.